Hello and welcome back, everybody. This is Frone the Gnome, and we are playing EverQuest Legends. We are in the closed beta for EverQuest Legends, and luckily, Brass and company over at Game John has given us the ability and some other... sorry, got jumped immediately. Streamers, the right to go ahead and stream the game, which we've been doing for a few weeks now. And, so I'm going to continue my playthrough of my Paladin Monk Wizard. Yes, you heard that right. 3 classes in one. That's one of the great benefits of EverQuest Legends. And so we're going to continue that playthrough and have a lot of fun. We are level 47. Be sure to smash that subscribe button on YouTube and the follow button on Twitch. And with that said, let's go ahead and get into this here. We are in... Nagafin's Lair, also known as Solasec B or Sol B, a lot of people like to call it. We are in the Royals, on some servers referred to as KPC. That's the King Priest Champion Camp. It's not super high level, not great experience, but I'm here for not only experience, I'm here for gear. And one of the things in EverQuest Legends is the fact that you can merge the gear as you get it to make better gear, so it levels up. You get the same gear and use that to merge it with the exact same gear, and it levels up, not just random gear. The game is absolutely phenomenal. Can't say enough nice things about this game. It is so incredibly good. If you're an old EverQuest fan, you'll probably love EverQuest Legends. It is a new game built on assets of the old game, and it's built by a new development company, Game John, and so it is not made by the same company that makes EverQuest. That company is Darkpaw Games. This is Game John. Completely different company, completely different people. It is published by Daybreak Games, which is the publisher of EverQuest. So that's the connection with EverQuest, is Daybreak Games, not Darkpaw Games. Really do love this game. Let's bring up our buffs. I can see some of them are getting close to going off, so we'll go ahead and redo them. Let's check our AAs. We've got one and just about to get another one to spend. So whenever we get another one, we'll see if there's anything we want. We may hold off for a little while to get some better stuff. Let our AAs that we can spend collect up a little bit. It is, by the way, Saturday, June 6th, about 1 p.m. Hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend. I know I am, because anytime I'm not at work, I'm having a fan-freaking-tastic time. And that's the case right now. Alright, let's get our spells up, and we'll get in here and start killing some mobs. Looks like the champion is up. Go ahead and switch to him. We are running Spellblade Invocation and Offensive Stance. The Spellblade Invocation comes from Paladin, Ranger, Shadow Knight, Beastlord, and the Offensive Stance comes from Warrior, Paladin, Ranger, Shadow Knight, Monk, Bard, Rogue, Beastlord, and Berserker. That's a mouthful. We mainly use, for our healing, we mainly use Mend from our Monk class. It does an insanely good job. We also do heals through the Paladin spells. And we use our Wizard spells for like our Spellblade proc, which is pretty insane, and finishing off mobs and stuff like that. So we got the Shield of the Slain Unicorn there, and merged it with an existing one that we had, which has that currently at +4 status. You can see that it's only 2 of 16 tiers into the +5. We got a ways to go on that. Alright, that takes care of that room. We'll be going over to the priest room next. Priest is not up. We have a placeholder. That's this kobold to my left here. The smite proc that you get from Paladin is pretty insane. I like it a lot. I cannot say enough about it. It is so freaking good. Every time it procs, it does decent damage, but also lowers the recast time on my current Lay of Hands timer. So like we'll go ahead and use it right now, our Lay of Hands, and we don't have to worry about it not being up in like 2 hours from now or whatever, like ordinary EverQuest. Now every time he smites, he takes another minute off of its reuse. And he smites quite often, like he had smited just there. So we're already down to 11.5 minutes left on being able to use Lay of Hands again. It'll be back up way before that timer comes back up. And I don't see the king. Let me see, what's this one right around the corner? Can I click him? Nope, king is not up. We're going to go ahead and be just a tiny bit safe. We're going to use some lulls. Or in this case, we're casting Calm from the Paladin line. Should get 2 mobs here. Oh, we got 1. What do you know? Swing, batter, swing! There was another smite just a while ago there. So our Lay of Hands and another smite, like 3 smites right there. It's already down to 7 minutes and 43 seconds left before I can use it again. So yeah, it ends up, because of the smite, there was another one right there, it ends up becoming part of your rotation. Alright, we got 2 of them. We got the king's placeholder in that pull, so that's not bad. Go ahead and use our mend. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe key over on YouTube. Hit the follow button on Twitch. Trying to get up to 1 million viewers. We're pretty close. Pretty close, people. We're really, really close. We're only 990,000 plus away. We're really close, really close. So let's get to 1 million. Down to 5.5 minutes left on the reuse. It'll be back up in no time. Getting a lack of smites right now, but I'm sure that that'll change quickly. There was one right there. So between Mend and Smites getting my Lay of Hands back up, I don't have to actually cast a heal very often. It pretty much takes care of itself. That was a proc of Conflagration, which is incredible. He was mostly dead whenever that Conflagration went off, so... Oh, it double proc. There it is right there, 918 points, and then it killed him off with the last one that only did 11 points. We just did another 918 conflag there. It's insane. It's insane. So insane. Very cool. Alright, no mobs left up here. We'll go grab some mobs elsewhere. How many people are in this zone? We see 3 people in the zone. I like when I get an exceptional mend, which is not all that often, but when I do get it, it makes me feel good. It makes me happy. We do have 2 AAs now. Go ahead and show just trainable ones right now. Direct damage dealt by critical up to 30%. Let's go ahead and take that. Sounds like a good AA. Where the heck's he going? He's just hauling butt away. Boom! Hit him with the conflag and a smiting strike right there at the beginning. Another conflag at the end. that was deadly. He had no chance of survival there. 0, nada. God, the procs are so great. Ah, the noble is up. We're actually not far off from 48, so that's pretty cool. Our endurance is getting low, so we'll drop back to balanced stance for a little while to let that come back up. And we'll go ahead and use lay of hands again. Instead of giving him free shots, let's make him fight through our defenses. They always love to come up behind or beside you, ads, and then they get free shots as they don't have to fight through your defenses. Always annoying cheaters. What did we get? Petrified Uridite Heart Amulet +2. It is a neck item. AC 4, Intelligence 7. That's pretty good. Right now I've got an AC 8. But we'll probably take that. Just lose that 4 AC. That's fine. We'll probably get him more and level that up, and it'll be perfectly fine. Definitely add him to my rotation here, because I'd like to level that up for sure. So that's what I'm talking about. The merge system really puts a lot of value into gear that people probably didn't care much about in the past. Now all of a sudden that gear and those spawn points are actually valuable. You'll see people camping things that you would never really see them camp in ordinary EverQuest. If you're not already signed up for the beta, I highly encourage it. Head over and sign up on their official site. And when you're there, tell them that Ferone sent you. I get nothing from it, but it makes me feel good. Just to know that I got somebody else to sign up for the game. I do the same thing for Lord of the Rings Online, always advertising on my streams for people to go sign up because I love the game so much. When I love a game, I encourage people to check it out and play it, and I never get paid from any of the companies for doing that. And I might get paid at some point in the future when all of y'all help me get to 1 million subscribers. That might become a thing. I got my doubts. Not gonna hold my breath. By the way, one of these was the placeholder for the champion, so the champion did not spawn this time. Priest did not spawn. We got a placeholder for that one as well. Come on, let's get some more smites going. Crank those smites out. I'm just about to hit level 48. Like I could see when we were just up there, the king did not spawn. We got a placeholder for him as well. Lay of Hands is back up. Yeah, our endurance is gone, so back to balance stance. Our mana is just about gone, so let's go to recovery, invocation. And we'll stay like that for a little while. Yeah, we got a placeholder up there. This guy right here just ran at us is the placeholder. Our killing's going to be slow until we can get our invocation and stance changed back to be more offensive, but we really need to regain some stuff. Do some regen. We will be using a Lay of Hands where whenever it comes time. I cannot find my mouse to save my life. There it is. We got Mend up. We'll go ahead and use that first. Alright, we're good on our stance. And we still need mana though. King placeholder is down. Lay Hands is back up. Check something. But we still got food and water. No free hits. Everybody has to fight from the front. Wait to get a little bit lower on health before I use my lay of hands. I want to get the maximum out of it. Now, there we are. And of course, the reason I use flying kick instead of the AoE roundhouse kick is because the flying kick actually does an interruption against their spells, just like a bash would normally do. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Noble's up again. Hopefully he drops that necklace again. Lay of hands is back available. Again, we'll wait and use it when necessary. Don't want to use it too early. In fact, mend is up, so we'll use that. Got him? Good. Good. Heart dropped again. Before we grab it, we're going to check to see what the tier was on the last one to make sure we don't have a moat we can use on it before we do the merge. It is a +2. We don't have any moats that will work with that. So we'll go ahead and do the merge. And that got us to +3 instantly. So that's cool. Oh, y'all came out of nowhere. Keep on running through me instead of fighting in front of me. That's annoying. Oh lordy. Should be very close to digging level 48. Do a little bit of regen here because we are very low on both mana and endurance. I'm gonna grab a drink while it does that. I'll be right back. Grab me a granola bar at the same time. What's going on? Lunchtime. But I had kind of a late breakfast. So I'm a little hungry, but not overly hungry. And don't want to fully get a whole lunch right now, so to speak. All right, we got our stuff regened. We're good. Champion is not up. Oh boy. King did not spawn, sadly. Priest did not spawn. Hate when the names don't spawn, but it is EverQuest. That is how it goes. There it is, Ding 48. Pulled him with the com flag and then procced a smite on him when he got here. He's not having a good day. Ooh, that was a good proc right there. He was hiding around the corner from me, hoping that I didn't know he was there. Keeps on healing himself. It's not nice. I interrupted. There we are. We need to regen pretty bad. We'll go into rest mode here in 2 seconds. There we are. We should regen pretty quickly. Of course we're not going to, because a shaman spawned right next to me. Wouldn't be EverQuest if it didn't ever add all the time. So looking over at the smart speaker, because some reason when I say the word add, she tends to want to pipe up and say something even though it's not close to her wake command. Alright, now another 5 seconds before we will get into rest mode. Yeah, it moves quickly. It'll just take a minute here. Then we'll head back down to check on the noble again. As you can see the Roman numeral 2 right there on the screen. That means that we are in a difficulty 2 pick. Alright, let's head on. We'll have to find our way over to the noble room. Just realized I didn't have multi-stream chat turned on. So if anybody said anything on YouTube, I missed it. It is now on. Who is it? Always gets me right back here. Instead of taking him up there to those, we'll fight him alone. Ooh, we got an exceptional mend. So I had to go ahead and use the lay hands early so I can start working towards getting it back available quicker for when I get back over to the Royals camp. Ah, no noble this time. But there are 3 mobs that want to fight me. Come on, get over here. Yeah, it's not great experience at all right now at level 48. We got 0.25% from that last kill. That was just over 0.5% there. We are losing some buffs we need to rebuff. Just a little more controlled this time. See if we can save some of our mana situation. Champion is not up. A little bit more of a controlled burn on this rather than just going in there and bam, run into a wall of mobs. Basically getting just over 0.5% per kill on some of these mobs. So it's not great, but it's not horrible either in EverQuest terms. Here's the champion placeholder right here. Ooh, the king is up. Priest room is next. Pre-calmed 1 mob. Priest is not up, unfortunately. Hmm. Good proc. Of course an ad. Wouldn't have it any other way. A little bit of both. I'm here basically for gear, but I'm trying to level at the same time. Still didn't get the sword. I don't think the sword exists. So right now we have +4. We are one little thing away from +5 on that. We need some mana. Very, very badly need some mana. So how are you doing today, Kagishi? Where did those come from? Oh, goody. So much for getting some mana back. Yeah, basically here I am working on Mithril Breastplate, Petrified Uridite Heart Amulet, Carnal Pauldron. What else? A Rune Mithril Bracer, and hoping for a sword that has not dropped. Downloading patch for our Final Fantasy VII Rebirth so I can burn time for EQL launch. Understand, understand. God, I'm gonna go kill things, but I have to wait on my mana regen because it's just horribly bad. AA is almost one more AA available. Makes sense. I need to get back to playing some Lord of the Rings Online. I have not been keeping up with it. I've been playing EverQuest Legends every moment that I have available. That, and I've been working on my streaming. Trying to get to 1 million subscribers. We're only 999,000 away. We're very close. Got me roped. You got that for sure. Got that right. There's an AA. Nope, Noble did not spawn. I need to make a counter up there that shows how many more we need to hit 1 million subscribers. I know, right? Experience isn't bad here, and the mobs die fairly quickly. It's not a whole lot of experience per kill, but like I said, they die quickly, they respawn quickly, so it's not too bad. We're going to have to change the balance stance and recovery though, because we are not getting anything back. I think I'm just going to do a loop here through Royals over to Noble and back around, so I'll just do one clockwise loop of the camps, I should say. How do you do that? Scroll? Text. Is that it? What do we got there? Huh? Oh, that was what I was using. Oh, why did that go away? That's what I was using back for Lord of the Rings Online. There it is. I know he's hitting me. I know. I'm aware. I'm just making a funny thing real quick. There we are. Alright, now let's hit this rude mob that decided to come up and fight me while I was messing around. Well, actually, I got that wrong. It's not. It's not that much. Let me see. That would be 998,000. Yeah, that's right. I think. My goal is to have more subscribers than Asmongold in 50 years. If we can make it by 50 years, I will hit my goal. Not that I have anything against him. I love his content. It's just the only guy that I actually know the name of that I can use as a reference when I say things like that. But anyway, we're going to get there before 50 years. Math is hard. Math is hard all the time. There's one other person in this zone, and is AFK. Probably sitting over at the free tea. I'm just going to do that. Okay, yeah, it's not a problem. See, we can just rotate around like this. Rotate those two camps clockwise, I think we'll be fine. No, it's 999,000. Okay. Yeah, I did do the math wrong. There we are. Did not get a king spawn. Swing already. Oh, we're still on recovery. Spellblade and offense stance. Holy crap, we're doing all that without being in our offensive stuff. I don't know. Some people may get annoyed with me making a joke about 1 million subscribers, but you know what? If that upsets you, you probably need to rethink your life decisions, because it's just a joke, people. We got another ad from behind. We'll live victoriously through you for EQL. Lost multiple attempts at key giveaways yesterday's. Aw, I'm sorry to hear that. We got all the mobs now. Yeah, my brother is yet to get a key as well. He's wanted me to try a build with a bard, so I'll probably do that whenever I get to 50 on this character. Granted, I will have to keep Paladin in the mix because that is my primary class, and I have not opened up any more primary class slots yet. So that being said, with Paladin and Bard, if there is a third class that any of y'all would like to see me play with that, let me know. But it'll have to work with Paladin and Bard. Can't guarantee I'll do it, but I might. Just saying I'll consider it. We did not get a priest spawn, nor did we get a champion spawn. Oh well. I didn't know if anything would work okay with that combo. I think so too, honestly. Even though I calmed them, he made sure to path through them so that my calm was worthless. Gotta love these nice mobs. There we are. That's better. Alright. Back to killing. Still really wanted to try Warrior Mage Druid, but feel like no slow or major utility in Druid heals still lackluster would be kind of gimpy. I don't know. I have no idea how that would work out. I know the Warrior's supposed to be very powerful for damage, and but I don't know how that would work out. Already about a quarter of the way through this level. Difficulty 0 and 1 may be okay, but from the streaming in vids I've seen, it would struggle probably on D2+. Yeah, and that's what I'm doing here is difficulty 2. Yep, still have not gotten one. How are you doing today, Versafire? Seems like every mob that has a pet, the pet stands right in front of them, so when you go to fight them, you always get the pet first. I mean, it's a good strategy, but it just seems weird that every single pet owner does that. Every time. He waits until I get almost to the camp. Then he comes running. It's uncanny. It's like, seriously? You couldn't just come around the corner when I first come across there? You're trying to trick me? Went ahead and changed back to recovery and balance stance to see if I can get endurance and mana back before I go back to fighting the names area. Where are we at on these? They are +5 now. Noble's not up, unfortunately. For any of those that just joined me, or just joined the stream, I was after the Noble because I've been getting his Petrified Uridite Heart Amulet. We're at +3 on it right now. Pretty nice item when you can merge that up. I'll say one of them was spawned somewhere. Decided that he did not like me running through his area. Did not get the king. I swear the king hates me. At least it's one that I want. It's a priest. And another ad. It's ever ad time. Alright, Cardinal Pauldrons are going to get an upgrade. We're at, yeah, they're way away from getting an upgrade. But, at any rate. Would have rather got the breastplate. Champion did not spawn. We got a placeholder over there. look up some of the class stances invocations on the wiki, but it's way outdated. I don't know all of them, to be honest with you. I just know the ones that I use. I just know that I run Spellblade, and like right now when I'm out of mana, I go back to recovery mode, so I get double the recovery on mana, and same thing with the offensive stance. I go back to balanced whenever when my endurance is just about out. And then it takes forever to kill things. But I start recovering mana and endurance at least. Other ones are in, but none of the caster stuff. Was going to see if I could make the warrior mage druid work. I say give it a shot. That's half the fun, is trying different things. Yeah, I believe so. If I look on here, striker stance I have because of monk, which is warrior, monk, rogue, berserker, and I run offensive stance for the paladin for his big two-hander. I can switch to striker stance for his when he does his dragon punch and his flying kick, but I'd rather stay on offensive stance to get the big hits with the two-handed sword. Various points in the build, throughout building this character, I've switched between striker and offense. Kind of go back and forth as I change my mind. But people tend to tell me that you want to go offense with paladin, and I've had good experiences with it. I know one thing, even though I go into recovery invocation, I do struggle to get my mana back because every time he uses Smiting Strike, it uses some mana. So I've noticed that recovery doesn't necessarily help all the time with my paladin. I usually get to a point where I have to just go ahead and stop hitting everything and just let it get it back on his own. Let me read it to you though, because I could be getting it wrong. Outgoing weapon skill abilities deal 3 times damage, so weapon skills 3 times, and non-weapon skill abilities deal 5 times damage, and your chance to hit is increased by 25%. Every point of damage dealt consumes an equal amount of endurance, with a reduction based on your strategy skill. When below 25% endurance, the chance to hit bonus is reduced based on remaining percentage of endurance. But see, we run offensive stance because outgoing melee damage is increased by 100%, and your chance to hit is increased by 25%. Every point of bonus damage dealt consumes an equal amount of endurance with a reduction based on your strategy skill. When below 25% endurance, the chance to hit bonus is reduced based on the remaining percentage of endurance. So, from what people have told me, and we could all totally be wrong, is that generally what you see in your big damage when you're on striker stance is his monk abilities, like the kicks and the punches and stuff like that. We'll go ahead and run it for a while. And they are big hits when it does it. It does feel like at times though that his goes through the endurance pretty fast when I'm on striker stance. That was massive there. I did a 420. I don't know, maybe I've been playing it wrong all this time. Hey, the noble's up. I was just going off of what people were saying in general chat, and the consensus was to use the offensive stance on Paladin. Alright, everybody over here so y'all fight the front of me and not get to cheat. Taking a ton of damage all of a sudden. Let's do lay on hands. Oh, we are missing some buffs. And endurance is at 0 now. So that's what I'm saying is when I run striker stance, I see my endurance go down pretty fast. Whereas offensive stance, I can almost keep it going all the time. So I had to switch back to balance to try to get my endurance back. Alright, let's go ahead and rebuff. I've only got 2 buffs left, Divine Vigor and Guard is less than 5 minutes from it going off as well. Oh man. Alright, let's go ahead and switch it back to striker for a little bit. Those are some big damages. No king, darn it. Endurance is flying down quick. We're at 25%. And we're out of endurance. So I have to do a lot more stance dancing if I run striker stance. We're going to need to lay hands here. No champion and no priest. Sad times. Striker drains endurance based on damage dealt reduced by strategy. Looks like offensive only drains stamina based on the bonus damage of the melee attack. That means Striker's horrid for endurance in comparison. They may want to look at that. I don't know. I agree, but that doesn't mean that they're going to. That was some big damage there. Hit him for 310. Stream froze? Which one? That is Twitch. Oh, okay. Let's say I do have issues sometimes, some Streamlabs messing up, but usually it ends up killing my stream on YouTube, and Twitch ends up coming back. So let me see if YouTube died. Killing my stream on YouTube. Nope, looks like YouTube's still working. Dark Elf flying kick, I know, right? Oh, good. Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all checking that and letting me know. No noble. Paladin Monk Wiz combo, is there a weight penalty on the monk? There, from what I've been told, it's only on worn items. So weight worn is 40 right now. And I don't see it giving me a complaint or anything. Attack? I don't think so. It's not something that I've checked deeply into. I just remember seeing people asking about that, and they were told that it's only based on the worn weight, and that was a long time ago. I don't know if they actually changed that or not, because they've made a lot of changes throughout beta. A ton of changes. It can be hard to keep up with all the changes at times. Yeah, you're right. And I don't know. If I ever get done fighting things, we will try some stuff. So because we're wanting to try stuff and we need to get all of the mobs dead, they're going to make sure to keep spawning them right next to me. So yes, while it's red, you notice that I'm not really having any trouble killing anything, so I don't know if that's you know, anything bad or not. But we're going to try a couple of things to see if we see stats change on there, on that screen after this dies. Alright, so if we take, we'll use this bag over here, or actually this bag here. We'll take some of the heavier items. It's a 2.4, so 4.7. Alright, now it's gone. So our AC is 292, our attack is 273, but that's got dexterity on it. It shouldn't be a problem. So my AC actually went up. I do not see my attack being affected. Yeah, I see no difference in attack or AC. I'm getting more from putting the items on and the weight of worn items going up. So I don't know that it actually does anything. Right? I just don't think it's actually having any penalty. I thought I knew exactly what I was going to play before I got into beta, and playing in beta, it all changed completely. Because I was definitely going to go with Shaman in my build, and I think it wasn't Paladin. I think I was looking at Shadow Knight, Shaman, Mage, or something like that. And after getting in beta and trying things, I have ended up settling on Paladin, Monk, Wizard. So as you can see, things change a lot when you actually get in and start trying different things and finding what you enjoy, as opposed to what in your mind might seem like the most ideal statistical setup. Where are we at on these? Way off from 6th. No priest. Right? And since you play one character and that character can play everything eventually, then reality is that it never is like a bad change, so to speak. You just might want to change what you're doing at the moment. And that's only if you want to have the easiest way. I mean, honestly, there's nothing wrong with taking a challenge. Did not get a king spawn. That was a ton of damage I did just then with Striker Stance. In a very short amount of time, it was like boom, 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 boom. And of course, seeing the endurance go boom. Never thought about it. Going Striker Stance and turning on Roundhouse Kick for AoE damage. That might be interesting. And no champion up yet. Right, right. Halfway through this level. Where did he come from, over there or champion slot? I don't know. You know what? Let's go back over here. It's hard for me to watch where they're coming from when the next one spawns. If it's based on enough damage done, your endurance is gone with one kick. Huh. Yeah, it's a really stupid question. Having not played live in years, how does advanced loot work? Actually, it's pretty freaking awesome. Whenever we get the next mob to kill, I can give you an idea of that. And it's a little different in here than advanced loot in EverQuest. There's an additional stuff added onto it in here, I should say. So, the advanced loot over here, if I was to checkmark this auto loot, I could set the values for each one of them, and it would automatically use that every time that item dropped from that mob. So I could choose to always loot, always need, so on and so forth, in a group and so forth. But in here, I don't do that because of the fact that I can get items that are mergeable, and it's a lot easier to merge it if you merge it from the advanced loot window. So therefore I don't use auto loot. I just let it show up here and then I choose what to do in it. And this, I was saying there's things in here that aren't in ordinary EverQuest. That's two of them right there, or one of them is the merging that you'll see underneath this merge here. These all have the red circle with the slash through it, meaning they can't be merged. That means I don't have one already, is what it means. If I already had a bronze gauntlet and another one dropped in, the merge arrow would show up and I could just hit merge and it automatically merge it. That's one thing. The other thing is the sell. I can sell directly from the advanced loot window, and that is a huge quality of life upgrade. I love that. The Dragon Horde stuff is available right here, so you can hit that and it'll automatically throw it to your store. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how this works. That was a very quick overview of it. No noble. Poopy. Thinking that guy out there may actually be camping the noble, so I'm going to try to stay away from there. Just do this spot. Is the Dragon Horde just a big inventory? Kind of. If I go in here, how was it you get to the Dragon Horde? I'm trying to remember. Storage. So I think, I don't think that that's it. I never used the thing. So I'm not sure how to get to it because I never use it. But I believe it is this storage area. I could be 100% wrong. It is very, very possible. There's also your keys. So if you go in here and you look at equipment, you can see I have a Dark Reaver sitting in there. I'm not positive because I never use it. Sorry. I wish I knew more about it, but I don't, unfortunately. I just want a mithril sword. Why is it so hard? Is that really too much to ask? So some of these have gone green. It's getting really bad on experience. Some of the things like the Dragon Horde came around after I really stopped caring too much about ordinary EverQuest, so I didn't learn much about it. Hey, thanks for the subscribe. Greatly appreciate that. Doc Type 1. Hopefully I got that name correct. We are even closer to 1 million subscribers. We are so almost there. Just 999,000 more to go. We got faith that we can do this. Yeah, Daybreak Games, or Darkpaw Games through Daybreak Games, started adding a lot of stuff in the past number of years. Then some of the things are cool, and some of them I'm like, was it just put in there to make some money? And you know, so I don't know about some of these things, like the Dragon Horde. Sorry, subbed. Crap, been watching your gnome demolish stuff. That oh, I thought you meant subbed for the beta. I was like, oh my god, you haven't been subbed all this time. If it's like live, you need to be at a bank to access the horde. Okay, thank you very much for that. Saw someone open it on here. It had 125 item slots. Okay. They all spawned about the same time, which means I killed them all in about the same time. I needed to break that up a little bit. Kill them a little bit slower, but you know what? We're not going to. We're going to kill them just as fast as we can. No king. Because the king hates me. The Trade Skill Depot. Yep. I liked how EverQuest 2 did Trade Skills, Trade Skill Depot, so to speak. Because as a guild, we had a box in our guild hall, and you just come in and throw all of your crafting materials into it, and anybody in the crafting hall or in the guild hall had access to it, and you didn't have to go get it out or anything. You just go over to one of the benches where you do crafting, and it would automatically pull from the box. It was a great feature. And then we had NPCs that we could actually send out to do harvesting. They didn't get a whole lot, but they would go out and get some stuff that was helpful. So you could send them out, you know, before you go to bed at night, and the next day have them, you know, see what they got and throw it into the depot. No champion. There were some things in EverQuest 2 that I loved, and there was a lot of things that I did not like. There was a lot of things in EverQuest 1 that I loved, and there were a lot of things that I did not like. They both seem to have that same offsetting features, but in different areas. There's quite a few more people in the zone now. Holy crap. Some people are just rude. I was just reading somebody in general chat, and I'm not going to repeat what he said. He or she, whatever. But, yeah, some people just are rude. Had nothing to do with me or anything. Just was reading a general message in the general chat. That's general. And it's just, I don't know what it is these days. It's just the average person is more than willing to say extremely rude stuff, like as if all of the shock jocks of the world on radio back in the day has caused the general populace to think that it's cool to be that way. Oh yeah, our offensive stance. Let's go ahead and switch back. I was imbalanced trying to get my endurance back. I need more mobs. I wonder if he's still fighting the camping the noble over here. Probably because that mob is gone. Oh. The noble's gone, but not this guy. Although I think I did kill Noble a while ago. Before I realized that somebody was camping it. So as soon as this guy is still up, maybe whoever was camping this area over here has moved on. Pace 11 has been great, honestly. It only got slower when I got into the 40s, which is pretty EverQuest norm. So I have not had issues with the pace at all. And if I could play with others, I think it would go insanely fast. There, they're spawned over there in the middle. No priest. Didn't get the priest spawn. The closer you get to end game, the slower experience gets. But honestly, it hasn't been super slow. I've made it slower than it has to be, simply because of the fact that I've been camping gear spawns, you know, so I could be doing probably better experience elsewhere. but I'm wanting mithril drops here in this area. There's a lot of good gear in this one camp. I'm getting unlucky on a lot of the spawns and drops, but still. %through this level. King did not spawn. We got placeholder. Thing is, no big in-game to race to right now, so it's fine to take time. Just nice to see progress that isn't 2000s EverQuest hell levels. Well, technically, there is an in-game to race for if that's what you're looking for right now. And that is in doing the planes and that gear, getting that gear and merging it up as well. Plus, right now, and I haven't been there to know it completely, just from reading what other people say, is that Plane of Sky is where you go do all your quests to unlock extra primary classes as well. So there's that. People are working on that. And people are actually grouping up for raids for Plane of Sky and stuff. I've seen that in chat a lot. And then the other end game right now is the unlocking extra races. Because at the beginning you can choose any race you want. But if you want to unlock extra races to use in your various loadouts, then you need to go do these achievements. So, like, if I wanted to unlock Barbarian, I'd have to do all of these things, and then the reward is that I would unlock Barbarian, so I could add that to my loadouts. So there's end game. It's what, you know, if you take that as end game or not. I consider those things to be end game. And like I'm sitting here grinding gear, you would do the same thing to the raid gear. Yeah, he's not up. I think somebody's pulling him, which is fine. I don't own the camp. No champion. It's an ordinary kobold. And a full room spawn as well. I noticed all three of them as I went in. Let's go ahead and do striker stance for just a moment. And I'm a huge fan of the halfling character model, honestly, the old school halfling character model in plate mail. So I will be working on that achievement to unlock the halfling race, because I'm sorry, I love it. I think it's so cool looking, and that's probably because that was one of my first ones I ever made. Dwarf was my very first. Dwarven Paladin was my first character in EverQuest ever, the first one. But I played a Paladin Warrior back in the day as well, and I love that character, so I have so much nostalgia for it. So funny seeing a gnome do a high cross body kick, right? I'd love to see him do... Well, actually, hold on. After we kill this one, we'll do it real quick. Guess we don't have to wait for him to finish. Let's go to round kick. And let's kill this particular thing. So we're on our gnome. He's about to do it. Right there it is. Roundhouse kick on a gnome is hilarious looking. I can't wait to do like ogre or troll and see them doing their monk stuff. As well as they put in the animations for bard as well for all the races. Go to striker stance. You can choose any of the races at the beginning. When you choose your first character, you know, your first race, whatever, your primary class will be based off of what that race has available to it. So that's one of the things you have to keep in mind. So then when you've created that first character, once you unlock the races through the achievements, you can use those in your loadouts, like right here. So in your loadouts, you can change that. Notice these all say gnome. Well, if I go in here and I click on one of them, I hit edit. Notice gnome is the only one that's visible there, and that's because that was the first race I chose for this character. But I had the option of choosing any of them. But since I chose gnome, after I hit level 11, that locked that in, and you couldn't choose anything else. Actually, I think that was the primary classic I locked in. I think the gnome was locked in at level 1 when you first created the character. So I could have chosen barbarian, dark elf, whatever, froglock, blah 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 blah. I chose gnome. That was my first one. But one of the things, like I was saying, is like, let's say you chose ogre when you created your character. He couldn't have chose paladin, because paladin is not a playable class for ogre. So you can open up the ogre through the racial achievements and have an ogre paladin, but you couldn't start as an ogre paladin. Now, of course, that was when I created my character. I don't know if things have changed since then. I am not seeing this guy respawn, which is kind of making me wonder if somebody charmed him and is using him as a pet somewhere. Which I thought that you couldn't charm rare mobs. Maybe I'm wrong. I knew that was a thing in EverQuest TLP servers, but I don't know if that made the jump over here to EverQuest Legends. Oh, and the animations, to be honest, it's something they could have totally ignored. Exactly. That's the thing. That's what I've been trying to explain to people, is Game John has put a lot of really good work into the game, not just quality of life, but things that were like extra, that you look at it and you go, why didn't EverQuest do this for the past 2.5 decades? So I mean, they're doing a lot for this game. I think Half Elf has a big benefit to start with, as you can origin to most major good cities. I think you can change your origin target. I have no idea, but that'd be cool if that's the case. That's why I tell people that, honest to God, after playing EverQuest Legends, I can't see myself ever going back and playing ordinary EverQuest. I just can't. There's just too many quality of life changes in EverQuest Legends for me to go back to EverQuest. And then side note of that is, it kind of got a bad taste in my mouth for the lack of changes and fixes over the past 2 decades that clearly was possible to have been done, because you've seen it be done here by Game John in EverQuest Legends. It's like, was somebody phoning it in, doing bare minimum, and just making a little bit of for each expansion each year, but not really doing what they could be doing? I don't know. But it kind of feels that way after seeing the things that have been done in EverQuest Legends. I mean, I don't know for a fact. I'm just saying what it looks like to me. It's kind of like the thing. Yeah, no king yet again. Kind of low on health there, but we'll get our mend up. It's kind of like how for many years they said we cannot add more armor models to the game because there's just not enough left in the game client memory to do that. We got told that over and over and over and over. Then one year, all of a sudden, they had this new thing that you had to pay per character because they said that we needed to recoup the money for the development time of putting that in. And lo and behold, we had new armor models, but you had to unlock it on every single character for real money. And it's like, weren't we told that they couldn't do that? Weird. When they could make money off of it, they found a way to do it. So, I don't know. I'm gonna stop bitching and complaining. I'm just saying. Just saying. Yeah, I've been saying for years, one of the quality of life changes I think they needed, wow, we just got a bunch of mobs, was since EverQuest is a forced grouped game, it really is, and it works very well as a group game, and people box it and have such a blast doing it, then how come have they never made a game client that allows you to play one game client that controls up to 6 characters on 6 accounts from one client? Seems like the most logical evolution of the game, but almost 3 decades into EverQuest, they've never done it and never even talked about it. Instead, they want you to play run 6 different game clients on one computer to be able to box 6 characters in a game that they pretty much force boxing because the game is designed for forced grouping and there's not enough people playing ordinary EverQuest to for you to get those groups. I feel like as long as people kept paying the money, they're never going to do it. Which is interesting. If EverQuest Legends takes enough money away from EverQuest, will they start putting in things that they never bothered to do on EverQuest in the past to try to bring people back? I don't know. Had 2 EQ accounts and 2 boxed, a Troll Shadow Knight and a Troll Shaman as mains. With this, I can go that route and it be as simpler. It will be, with one caveat. Something I learned very quickly in the game, especially when I was trying to do Shaman early on. And I'm not in any way, shape, or form trying to keep you from running Shaman. I think it's an incredibly awesome class. But what I found was Shaman cast very, very slowly. They're long casting spells. And you never think about it when you're playing ordinary EverQuest, because when you're playing EverQuest, there's somebody pulling the mobs in, there's somebody controlling the crowd, and there's somebody that's taking all the hits. It's the tank. So when all of that's going on, as the Shaman, you're able to stand there and do some slows and debuffs and stuff like that, and you don't really think about it. Now, think of EverQuest Legends, where it's basically designed for you to play as a single character or a duo character. I mean, that's really where it shines. That means you're going to be pulling, you're going to be tanking, you're going to be healing, you're going to be debuffing, and crowd controlling all at the same time. And that very quickly became an issue for me, because I'm spending all my time trying to cast a slow and getting the crap beat out of me while I'm trying to do it, and getting interrupted and stuff, which means you probably should take an ogre if you're going to play a Shaman as your primary, or your before you ever get the ability to to get the AAs for it. You know where I'm going with this. Just ignore it. My brain's not wanting to work correctly. The point is, I started figuring out very quickly that playing as a single character that is triple classed is a lot different than playing 3-box characters on EverQuest. It's very different. You have to be more selective of what spells you have up and what spells you use in your rotation and what abilities and so forth. Now, there's ways to get around that, like you could use the inversion invocation so that you could cast faster, but you're also going to run into a global recast time from the inversion invocation. My initial thought was that if I take a Shadow Knight or even a Shaman and mix it with a, Shadow Knight or a Warrior, and mix it with a Shaman, I'm going to have an unstoppable character. And you very well might, if you can figure out how to run the rotation quickly and more efficiently than me, you may have an unstoppable character. I'm not saying you wouldn't. Switch back to Striker. Oh, and we're out of freaking endurance, I just realized. Go balance stance. Somebody linking a Mithril Greaves +4. Very nice, very nice. If he's not down here this time, I'm going to stop coming looking for him. Or at least his placeholder, either one. Coming from World of Warcraft, I'm highly against multi-boxing. I think this mode of EQ looks good because it just dispenses of the need for it. I don't mind boxing, I just suck at it. That's what I've figured out over the years, is I am a very bad boxer. I don't have the attention span for it. I get tunnel vision and stop paying attention to my other boxes, and then when I get a bunch of mobs on me, I get stressed and I'm trying to focus on one character, and I do very bad at boxing. I am the first to admit I am the worst boxer in the world. The Noble is up this time. Of course, we got 3 mobs. Thought I could sneak in there and pull him away before one walked up the way, but no, of course not. We got them all. Let's go to Striker stance. See if we can get our AoE thingy to do its job. And we're going to lay of hands here in a moment, but we're going to hold off as long as possible. Ooh, we got Mend Up. We'll use that. That'll give us a little bit more time before we have to use it. Still going to have to use it most likely. Don't you put a dot on me. He tried. He's trying again. Okay, now we gotta do layup hands. Got him. Alright, he dropped the amulet again. That's good. Blah, 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 blah. Yep. That's one of the things that I do absolutely love about EverQuest Legends and its whole design philosophy is the fact that I get to play through the whole game, raid content and all, solo, which means I get to do it on my time and my schedule and not have to worry about 69 other people or 71 other people in a raid and force and stuff like that. So with that merge, our Petrified Uridite Heart Amulet went to +4. Is now AC 6, Mana 21, Intelligence 9. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I'm glad we went over there and checked on that. Is there a world communication channel in EQL? As for the missing mob, you might send a zone OOC. Someone charmed. Well, he's back. But is there a world communication? Yeah, there is. I think that's what you're referring to as OOC, or maybe you're talking about general. There's general chat channels. Yes. Boxing and EQ became a necessity due to server pop. It absolutely did. And that's one of the fun things about the time lock progression servers, the TLPs, is when they first open up, there's thousands of people, and you can get in there and meet people and have a lot of fun grouping up and raiding with them and make new friends and everything. That's why I've played on almost every TLP that's come out. But long term, no, always burn out eventually, because it boils down to you either run your own box crew or you don't play the game. Which I will say is one of the things that I love. King is up. Hello. One of the things that I love about Lord of the Rings Online. I can play that whole game and get the full benefit out of it completely on my own, or if I choose to, I can play with other people. It is a very, very friendly game to you having choices of how you want to play the game. That's why it is my #1 game, honestly. This will be very close to #1. May end up taking it. We are in a bad situation right now, if y'all haven't caught on. Our lay of hands is down and our mend is down. I'm kind of hoping that I can kill the king off before I have to feign, but I'm kind of doubting it at the moment. Yeah, we're about to have to feign. We get to 300. Yep, that's it. We're down. Is he casting on me? I think he's casting on me. Either that or he's casting a pet. He casted a pet. Okay, we're good. We'll just lay here and we'll be fine in a moment. 100% my time, my pace on the content is the key thing. Bingo! Bingo! I'm playing Lotro while watching this. I'm questing in Western Rohan. Very cool. I play on the... oh, my brain just went dead. Peregrine server. I run the Lorebound Walker's Kinship over there. A bunch of really cool people. Have a lot of fun. Everybody plays the game at their pace, and we don't go for the whole, hey, somebody come help me do so and so. If people are available, they will. But we don't have the whole where people will get mad if you don't come help them. We all know that everybody's playing the game and has their own schedules and are on their own parts of the content, and there's just thousands of quests, so it's hard for everybody to be on the same thing. So years ago, that's what I created that kinship for, was under the understanding of that we're there to have friends and talk with and all of that and help if we can, but it's not expected. For anybody that doesn't know, Lord of the Rings Online, kinship is a guild. That's what they call them over there. Just like groups over there are called fellowships. Some reason they had to have a difference for everything. Let's jump up and move back, and let's see if we can calm some of this. I think it's healthy to have multiple MMOs in your lineup, not just play one game all the time. Well, that's fine. Not every game's going to be for every person. Anybody that tells you it is misleading you. Yeah, having a paladin that can do monk stuff is freaking OP. Did just notice something. We are all of our buffs are gone, but I don't want to take the chance right now of loading my buffs and having a mob walk across me with all of this up right now, like that right there. So we're going to do this room without our buffs, and then we'll rebuff afterwards. Alright, let's do that again. He's still got it, but we're going to refresh it. He's almost out of his calmed state. I actually switch back to flying kick. Hey, thanks for the subscription. I greatly appreciate that. That is one more helping us get closer to 1 million subscribers. The goal before I die one day is to eventually have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. 1 million. We're so close. Just 999,000 more to go. I heard it go cling, cling. I don't see a message over there. That's weird. Is my chat messed up? I don't know what's going on there. Say something again. See if it shows up on my chat. I got a feeling my chat is not updating. Ever play emulated EQ? Yeah, for some reason that did not show up in my Streamlabs. I did at one point, and it just wasn't for me. I know a lot of people loved it. And my thing was, and we got the bracer again, by the way. I'll get back to that in just a second. Ooh, this is definitely going to do it. So we're at +4 right now. And now we're at +5. I saw the AC go up, wisdom went up. I think a few things went up. Cool, cool. My biggest issue with it, and it had nothing to do with people that were running it or anything, was just I had trouble playing a game where that I had no idea if the next day it would still be there or not. There was no indication that it wouldn't, but the fact that there ran, you know, as bedroom operations, I mean, you know what I'm saying, it's not a corporation or anything, that always worried me, because I didn't want to put a whole lot of time into a game that one day I log in, or try to go to log in, and it's just gone. So, just my personal preference, I had trouble getting into the idea of playing an emulated server like that. Has there been any discussions on server size? I have not seen any discussions, but I know I've seen people talk about that in, you know, commenting on streamers' streams about it, because they're worried that, you know, small company won't have, you know, big, you know, ability to handle a lot of people and stuff. And my comment on that is that's probably not something to worry about. And the reason for that is because Daybreak Games is who's publishing this game. That means Daybreak Games are the ones that are handling the servers and everything. They're going to be able to handle the bandwidth. It's just going to be a matter of them tweaking it and figuring out what is right and making changes as they see, you know, how things work out. So I really wouldn't worry about that, to be honest. Thing that Game John is working on is creating the game and designing it, and, you know, working on the game client and the game server and stuff. But I don't believe that they're actually going to be the ones that are, and I could be wrong, don't get me wrong here, I could totally be wrong, but I don't think they're going to be the ones that are like running the data center and stuff. I think that that is Daybreak Games. Could totally be wrong. Please, people from Game John, if you're in, let me know. But that's my assumption. Yeah, exactly. The THJ thing is just poof, gone. So, you know, if you had put a ton of time into that, all your work is just completely gone. And so, yeah, that's precisely what I was trying to avoid in not playing on emulated servers. I got a feeling that the demand on this game is going to be huge. So many people are interested in it. And I got a feeling that they know that and are working with Daybreak Games to make sure that that's not an issue. So, as much effort as they've put into the design and game itself, I've gotta believe that they will put just as much effort into making sure that it is servers are handled appropriately as well. Yeah, as far as the bandwidth and everything, I tested this while I was out on my farm, which is in the middle of freaking nowhere, in my RV out there, had it connected up via a hotspot on my cell phone, and was playing it on the on a budget MacBook Neo, and it ran just fine. So yeah, I don't think bandwidth is going to be an issue. Completely above my pay grade on that netcode stuff. We have 0 endurance. Let's go back to balanced stance. EverQuest on Steam Deck? I think you could. I don't think that there's a reason you couldn't. Like I said, I played it on a MacBook Neo. Basically, a MacBook Neo is a tablet on steroids. EQ on a Steam Deck. Yeah, I've seen people play WoW and FFXIV on Steam Deck. Those have many more buttons than EQ. True. True. Noble is up again. He's more reliable spawn than the king, priest, and champion put together. I really need not have that hitting me from behind. Just going through my defenses way too fast. Let's switch over to striker for a little bit. And we're going to use lay of hands here in a moment if Min doesn't come up. There it is. Mend? We got a little bit from the mend. It wasn't great, but it was enough. Oh, he dropped his stick this time. Let's take a look here. Staff of Writhing +2. It's a primary one-handed blunt. Alright. We'll go ahead and loot it. We're going to need to do our lay of hands. We definitely got a rebuff and everything. We lost our little pet thing as well. Let's go ahead and rebuff. Alright. So max stun avoidance doesn't have any effect on damage evasion. I'm not sure. In fact, let me check something. I'm at 90% on mine. I'm not at 100% because I need 12 AAs to get the last one. Steadfast Will AA, I should say. That was something I went after early on because I got tired of being interrupted on my cast. So I started going after that early on. If I just had this lesser familiar up, I would get less fizzles, and then I wouldn't have as many fizzles trying to cast my lesser familiar. One second, everybody. I've got a text message to deal with here. There we are. What is it? That and Ambidex as a dual wield class, I think, is a no doubt pair of AAs, right? I don't dual wield though, for me, but yes, for a dual wielder. I'm using the two-hander, which that's a good question, and I don't know the answer to this. I don't know if the monk side of me is hitting with his offhand while I'm also using my two-handed sword from the paladin. I don't know if that's a thing or not. I have no idea. Never thought about it. No king. Unfortunate. Oh, well, you're coming down here before I had time to do any comms, so we'll fight you. Normally I would agree with you. Things are so different in this game that I don't know if that's a thing or not. There's a lot of things in this game that if you were to take your ordinary EverQuest knowledge of it and say, oh no, that can't do that, or yes, it does this, and you would find out that sometimes it's just not the case in this game because it's just a vastly different rule system. So I don't know, but if you know for a fact, that's great. I'm just saying I can't confirm that. Just like I know that as a paladin I should not be able to dual wield, but I can dual wield on this character because of the monk side of the I don't want to fight the pet right now. Here we are. Of my character, I can dual wield. I was doing that in lower levels in Unrest and stuff. Well, all of my combat stuff is over here, and it's just numbers because that's the way I like to see it. I don't know if I also get the message over here, but I don't think so, because I think if I filter it over here, then I won't be getting it over here. Now, that being said, I can change it temporarily. Filters. Melee. Your hits. And then hit mode, your hits, normal. So it's not abbreviated. You see what's being said to me over here? I've got important text messages coming in. Alright, sorry about that. Use smite, slash, kick. Just watching over there, see if I see anything. Hey, the priest is up. He jumped across to us. So I'm not seeing a punch, so it's probably the case is that we're not getting the offhand hit. Which is what I would assume. I just, like I said, I've seen crazier things in here that I did not expect. Create a more accurate picture of what to expect in day one. You're most welcome. I'm just glad that you get something out of it. Oh, we are out of endurance. I kind of wish whenever it, when you run out endurance or get down to a certain level, I wish you could have a threshold you'd set it at to where that when it does that, it'll automatically switch back over to like balanced or something. And, you know, so it would do like its own management between the stances. That would be cool if you could set that up as, at this point I want it doing this, at this point I want it doing that, and let it automatically take care of it for you. But I can understand why they don't. I mean, it takes a little bit out of playing the game if you do that. So, just my own personal laziness, I'd like to see that ability. Come on, breastplate. Nope, we got the pauldrons. Where are we at with that, by the way? We are almost halfway through 5. What's the smite hit type? Isn't that just a stun spell? It's actually a damage spell. Bring it up here. Yeah, it acts like a stun, but I know it's doing damage. You can see right here that it's doing damage. 196 points of damage plus whenever. Let me pull it up over here. Just make it easier. Smite, there it is. This ability smites your current target, dealing physical damage as well as converting 3% of your maximum mana into amplified magic damage. Smite will also reduce the reuse cooldown of Lay on Hands by 60 seconds every time it lands. It is an insanely cool ability for the Paladin. It is proccing. So just like any other weapon proc, it's an ability proc. So whenever he's swinging, he can proc it. At least that's how I understand it to be. So right there, he procced it. He procced it, and the Spellblade procced my Conflagration at the same time. So you've seen the mob's hit points go zip. That is really fun. Reeve and Smite do a lot of damage from what I've seen across 6 different streamers that have it in their builds, yes. I have a Paladin / Shadow Knight build that I have not done very much on yet, so it's still not very high at all. I think it may be around level 13 or 14 or something like that. But I am really interested in seeing what happens when you have Reeve and Smite going at the exact same time. God, I love when he procs his Spellblade, because I have Conflagration in my first spell slot, which is the one it uses for that, and that does 900 damage. That is a nice proc when that goes off. Like right there, it did 818. Of course, it sucks when they resist it, like he just did. Shadow Knight Pally Cleric going to be interesting, right? I think so. The proc thing, let me put it back over here. Treats the first, well, I was reading, buddy, how rude of you. Treats the first spell gem slot as a proc that consumes both mana and endurance on activation. 40% of the spell's mana cost is paid as mana and endurance. The spell must have a reuse time less than or equal to its cast time. So I've been trying to figure that out. I don't have a cleric, and I haven't had a cleric in many years. Does the complete heal, is its reuse time less than or equal to its reuse time? Or hold on, let me read that one more time. Reuse time is less than or equal to its casting time. So the reuse time on complete heal, that should be a lot lower than the amount of time it takes to actually cast that, because I know it's a long cast. You could have that in your first spell slot, Jim, and have Spellblade up and be proccing complete heal. That's one of the things that they do, is some of the big AoE nukes on the wizard. That's, I think, why it's written that way. Their reuse time is a lot longer than their cast time, so you can't use it on those. That would have been really cool if you could have. That's what I use him for. For my loadout is basically just for that nuke, and if I need to do an extra nuke every once in a while to like finish something off. He also has Bonds of Force, which is an AoE snare. So I use that as a snare because neither Paladin or Monk have a snare. Out of there. Cat is going down there to mess with the UPC, or UPS, I mean. Would have probably got us shut down. The computer would have shut down or something. He's kind of goofy. Hey, 49. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. 49. Whew. Let's see here. I still want to keep going after this guy down here. We are still unbalanced. Go back to striker stance. Kill these off quickly as we got a lot of endurance. Cool, cool. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. No. He's getting hungry, so now he's going to bother me. That's how he does. That's the cat way. If you've never had a cat, you don't know the joys of dealing with them whenever they get hungry. But he needs to wait for me to go over here and... I was going to say kill the noble, but the noble isn't up. What part of "don't go over here" are you not getting? No, I don't want you laying on the UPS. You know the rules. If you're going to interrupt the stream, you have to be on the stream. Come over here and say hi to everybody. Yeah. Goober, you're going to get me killed, is what's going to end up happening. Hang on a second, I gotta hit the button. There we are. Alright. Say that you're sorry to everybody. You're not sorry, he doesn't care. He could care less. No, you're such a pretty boy. Yes, you are. Elvis, a pretty boy. Big old beautiful Maine Coon. Yes. And he's hungry. Oh. Let me go get your food. Alright, I'm back. Let's do... What time is it? 4 o'clock almost? We'll do 1 or 2 more cycles of this camp, and then I'm going to call it so that I can go make dinner or something. Ah, that's my mobs. Boo. Boo, hiss, boo. What? Oh, and he just pulled those as well. Somebody's being a dick. He knew I was headed to the priest, so he pulled them. Probably not. He's probably not being a dick, but I'm just being upset about it. A 39 warrior. Shadow Knight Bard. So much for doing this camp another couple of times. Oh, I have no idea. You'll probably do like the last one I ran into. They ended up accusing me of stealing his camp after being there all day long. It happens all the time. And no champion spawn this time. Yep, and one of the problems, you know, the personal instances are absolutely fantastic, but this is a raid zone, and it doesn't have the ability to have a personal instance, unfortunately. I wish that it did, because I would definitely take a personal solo instance here in Nagafin's Lair. Let's try something. There's 3 people in 10, or 10 people in 3, 0 in 4. Probably get our butts handed to us in 4, but we're going to try it because we haven't done that lately, and we're getting close to going to dinner anyway. So maybe we'll go ahead and get our butts kicked here in a difficulty 4 and call it a day. Changes they talked about last stream. I suspect you'll get solo instances soon. They aren't having raid mobs in any open zones. Oh, okay. I'd be okay with that. It wouldn't bother me in the least bit. I am the, well, I was going to say I'm the only one in this zone. Somebody joined us just literally right now. Mobs are definitely dual classing now. This one is a warrior slash cleric. I've got cat fur in my mouth. Yeah. Get fur everywhere. Going to be a lot more careful for sure. In difficulty 4. I am intrigued to try difficulty 4. Not the king, unfortunate. Ooh, an extra one. I did not expect him. Nobody expects the Inquisition, and I didn't expect it. He is a warrior beast lord. Go ahead and switch to striker stance, see if we can kick him, knock him off quicker, is what I'm trying to say. God, the misses. You know, a lot of misses. His AC must be better in difficulty 4 or something. I mean, it's just non-stop miss. That was insane how many misses I was getting in a row. I like the challenge. Not gonna lie, I like the challenge a lot. Let me clear this camp first, then we'll go get tacos. Got an ad. I kind of expected that, because I figured there was one around the corner. It's a warrior rogue, the one that I'm on. I don't know what the other one is, but he does have a pet, so he might be a shower knight or a necro or something. We're going to have to lay of hands here shortly. A lot sooner than I'd like. Oh, we got mend up. Okay, he is a warrior necro. Lay of hands is down now. Do I have to reset any of this? No. So interestingly enough, I am able to take on a difficulty 4 zone. That's pretty impressive. Get over here, buddy. He's a warrior enchanter. That's kind of scary. Get over here so we can fight. Oh my god. Alright, he went down fast. Endurance is completely gone. Champion is not up, and I can't tell. Priest is not up. Okay, no names, that's sad. Well, if there's no names, maybe we'll head straight to the noble and see if he's up. Noble is up. How do I want to pull this? Because we're going to get many mobs. Everywhere I go, I'm going to have multiples. Can I stand here and do it? Sonic bat? How am I getting a sonic bat? Alright, we got, oh, okay, it failed, but that's fine. We got the noble himself. Go back to striker stance, let's kill him as fast as possible. Also use an inversion so I can cast my conflagration in short burst. Because like I said, I want to kill him off fast. Got him. Alright, so what we got was a +4 on the staff. We'll pull up the staff just so we can watch it. So it's a +2 right now. Now it's a +4. +4. Hey, I feigned death, you sorry SOB. Must have failed my feint. Switch back to Spellblade. Next time I play here, I think I may just do difficulty 4. And there's a person here. How come everywhere I go I end up getting people? I can't get away from everybody. There's 9 of them. I want to finish off this level so that I can go play a different loadout and not feel like, you know, I'm neglecting my main. You know what I'm saying? I want to finish it so I can go do other things. So here's how long it takes to cast Conflag if you're not using inversion, which basically I didn't even get it a third of the cast done before they interrupted me. Makes it completely impossible. Lay hands. Inversion. Gotcha. So there you go. There's the wizard class being used. It is me doing more nukes, and I'm having to use inversion so I can get them to cast. Alright, I think that's going to do it. Oh my, I hope y'all had a good time today. I had a great time. I definitely will be back. Just not immediately. Do a breakdown of each trio you leveled to 50 before launch day. A breakdown? Probably not, like, you know, how streamers have those awesome videos of this is what I did and then the so-and-so blah. No. But my whole intent with the streaming on this particular series was to literally show y'all a playthrough. Not a, I already know everything about this. I've already gone and done it, and now I'm doing it to show you and tell you everything. No, it was literally to show you a ordinary person playing through the whole game. That's what the intent of this series was. Thanks again for the stream and answering my questions absolutely anytime. Be sure to smash that subscribe button on YouTube and the follow button over on Twitch. And let's get us to 1 million subscribers on YouTube sometime this century. Until next time, this is Pharaoh the Gnome, and I hope to see y'all back later. I hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your day, night, morning, or whatever time it is, wherever you are.